Visualize a scenario where each time you approach the brink of accomplishing something, just as you're poised to seize the desired outcome, it evades your grasp, leaving you with nothing. Existence is sufficiently challenging without confronting such a reality. Yet, for certain individuals, this is a recurring experience. They draw near to their aspirations but ultimately end up empty-handed. If you are facing difficulties at this moment, take heart. This signifies not the conclusion of your narrative. A cosmic design exists for you. Beneficial developments are set to unfold for you. You are destined to triumph. And when that occurs, those who never had faith in you will be astonished. They will attempt to claim credit for your success, asserting they always recognized your potential. But you will recall who stood by you during trying periods and who did not. As the venerable Chinese sage Lao Tzu once articulated, guard your habits, they forge your character. Observe your character, it becomes your fate. Your actions today, whether commendable or otherwise, will determine your standing in the future. Do not be disheartened by the circumstances you observe around you. Countless individuals have attained remarkable feats despite formidable obstacles impeding their path. Never relinquish hope. Persist in advancing regardless of how arduous it may appear, because one day soon everything will transform for you. And those who harbored doubts will regret not having believed in you more profoundly. Yet, do you perceive yourself as being stuck in stagnation, feeling as though no matter your efforts, you simply cannot attain a breakthrough? You feel as though you were destined to inhabit a life of ordinariness when in reality you possess the capacity for achieving eminence. Do not surrender hope. The cosmos has a blueprint for you and favorable prospects are headed your way. It may not seem apparent presently, but trust me, it will all resolve in your favor. Your moment is approaching. You must place faith that every event is transpiring for a purpose. Everything you have withstood, everything you have suffered, and everything you have absorbed has guided you to this specific juncture. Therefore, do not cease your efforts now. Continue pressing onward, and soon enough you will perceive the illumination at the conclusion of the passage. Trust that propitious circumstances are forthcoming because the universe would not subject you to all this if it were not meant to be. There are so many people in this world who awaken each morning and dread the forthcoming day. They proceed through their routines devoid of any enthusiasm or zeal, merely anticipating its conclusion. Why would you wish to be one of those individuals? You have been bestowed a valuable endowment, the gift of existence. Do not squander it. Instead, welcome each day as an opportunity to craft something magnificent to effect a positive change in the world surrounding you. You can never foresee the challenges you might encounter or the impediments you may need to surmount. But if you approach each day with an optimistic perspective and a readiness to acquire knowledge, you will eventually discover success. The route to success is seldom uncomplicated. In fact, most accomplished individuals have had to confront numerous obstacles and setbacks before ultimately realizing their aspirations. However, it is precisely these impediments and reversals that render the journey so fulfilling. When you encounter a difficulty and conquer it, you gain expertise and sagacity that you can apply to address even more substantial challenges in the future. Therefore, do not shrink from stepping outside your zone of familiarity and undertaking risks. The sole means to genuinely thrive is to advance through failure and glean insights from your errors along the way. Do not permit the apprehension of failure to restrain you. We all falter periodically, but it is our reaction to those failures that dictates our success. Do we permit ourselves to be vanquished, or do we regroup and commence anew? If you opt for the latter, then you are already navigating the path to success. So, do not be apprehensive about taking chances and pursuing what you desire. The most unfavorable outcome is that you do not succeed. And even if that transpires, it is not the cessation of the world. Merely acquire wisdom from your missteps and advance. Do not concentrate on the adverse. Instead, seek out the positive aspects in every circumstance. This does not imply you should disregard the unfavorable events that transpire, but you should not fixate on them either. The key is to discover the equilibrium between being cognizant of the drawbacks and focusing on the advantages. When you accomplish this, you will find you are more likely to prevail in achieving your objectives. Thus, whenever you are confronted with a demanding situation, pause and inquire of yourself, what is the lesson here? How can I develop from this experience? By doing this, you will transform every impediment into an opportunity for growth and achievement. If you harbor grand aspirations, then you must be prepared to invest the diligent effort required to realize them. It will not be effortless, but nothing truly valuable ever is. So, do not be averse to becoming uncomfortable and propelling yourself beyond your current boundaries. That is where genuine advancement occurs. Remember, if you are willing to labor assiduously and make sacrifices for your aspirations, then anything is attainable. Do not permit anyone to suggest otherwise. You possess the capability to fashion the existence you covet. Therefore, do not settle for less. Chase your aspirations with all your might and never yield. You have been endowed with a distinctive collection of aptitudes and capacities that define your identity. Embrace them and leverage them to your benefit. Everyone possesses something exceptional to contribute to the world. Ascertain what genuinely ignites your passion and pursue it with unwavering determination. Do not hesitate to distinguish yourself from the multitude. It is often those who embrace their individuality who proceed to accomplish the most remarkable feats. Remember, you are not identical to everyone else. You have a special offering for the world. Do not acquiesce to mediocrity. Strive for distinction in all your endeavors. With diligent application, commitment, and a measure of fortune, you can achieve anything you resolve to pursue. It is crucial to bear in mind that success does not manifest instantly. Attaining your goals necessitates time and exertion. But if you are prepared to commit the effort, the outcomes will be rewarding. Therefore, do not be disheartened by setbacks. Utilize them as impetus to persist in moving forward. Remember, your period is approaching. Simply continue working diligently and remain concentrated on your objectives. The cosmos holds a design for you and propitious events are drawing near. However, you cannot merely remain inactive and await these positive developments to materialize. You must venture forth and bring them into being. You are the architect of your own destiny. So, assume command of your existence and begin implementing constructive modifications today. Establish goals for yourself and formulate a strategy to attain them. Deconstruct your larger aims into smaller, more manageable segments and commence taking action. Even minor strides in the appropriate direction can yield substantial differences over time. It is also vital to cultivate a favorable mindset. Believe in yourself and your competence to realize your aspirations. Visualize yourself succeeding and focus on the optimistic outcomes. A positive disposition can prove decisive when circumstances become difficult. It is also important to remain connected to your underlying purpose. Recollect why you are engaged in your current pursuits and concentrate on the influence you aspire to exert. When you possess a clear sense of purpose, it is simpler to remain motivated and dedicated to your objectives. As you undertake these measures towards creating a superior future for yourself, remember to be patient and compassionate towards yourself. Effecting enduring transformation requires time and application. Do not become discouraged if you do not observe immediate results. Instead, concentrate on achieving progress each day, no matter how insignificant. Commemorate your triumphs along the way and gain knowledge from your setbacks. Finally, remember that you are not solitary. Reach out to companions, relatives, and mentors for encouragement and direction. Surrounding yourself with uplifting and supportive individuals can significantly impact your journey. Therefore, do not be reluctant to request assistance when you require it. Believe me, favorable circumstances are approaching your path. You merely need to trust in the process and persist in advancing. The cosmos has a design for you and you constitute a significant component of that design. So, do not abandon yourself. Continue believing in your aspirations and keep striving diligently to achieve them. The most promising prospects are yet to unfold. Have faith in the voyage and relish the experience. Trust that everything is occurring for a rationale and that you are precisely where you ought to be presently. Release any apprehensions or anxieties you may harbor regarding the future and instead concentrate on the current moment. Embrace the journey and all its fluctuations, for they are all integral to the adventure of existence. Have enjoyment and appreciate the ride. Inhabit the present moment and value all that you possess. Be appreciative of the opportunities that arise and maximize them. Do not permit apprehension or uncertainty to impede you. Undertake risks. Pursue your aspirations and never concede. Remember, the future belongs to you to sculpt. You possess the capacity to define your fate and transform your aspirations into tangible realities. So, venture forth and live your existence to its fullest extent. Embrace the journey and all its explorations and never lose sight of your objectives. Trust that beneficial events are approaching your way and have confidence in yourself. With an optimistic perspective and a readiness to embrace the unknown, you can forge a future brimming with possibilities. So, have enjoyment, savor the voyage, and never relinquish your aspirations.